Okay guys, so we're going to be using the same process. The same process applies to dividing fractions by fractions. So we're going to determine the reciprocal of each fraction below. 16 over 21 is going to be 21 over 16. 8 over 11 is going to be 11 over 8. 3 over 1 is going to be 1/3. 1/5 is going to be 5 over 1. Next. 3/4 divided by 2/3. So that's really 3/4 times 3 over 2. 3 times 3 is 9, and 4 times 2 is 8. Then I have to divide 9 divided by 8. That goes in one time. And then 9 minus 8 is 1. So I get 1 and 1/8. We are correct. That looks good. Next, we're going to be looking at our next problem. We have 2/7, and it says it's divided by 1/2. So I'm going to take the 2/7 and I'm going to multiply it by 2 over 1. Two times 2 is 4, and 7 times 1 is 7. So I got 4/7, and that's it. I'm done with that problem. Okay, next problem. I have a fraction, but I also have a whole number on this one, so it's a little bit different. I'm going to have to multiply before I do my reciprocal. It's 8 times 1, and I get 8. And then I'm going to add 5 to that. So that's 13 over 8. And then I'm going to multiply that by 4 over 1. Okay, so 13 times 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So I ended up with 52. And I'm dividing that by 8. So 52 divided by 8. 8 times 6 is 48. So I'm going to subtract. Okay, so I know that 52 minus 48, I have to borrow, and that's going to be 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. So I ended up with 6 and 4/8. And I know that reduces down to 6.5. Okay, that looks good. We're going to be looking at the bottom section of our paper. It says to use your understanding of the algorithm to divide the problems below. So we're going to start with number 6. One-fourth, and I'm going to multiply that by 5/3. 1/4 times 5/3. 1 times 5 is 5, and 4 times 3 is 12. So 5/12, and we know that we are correct. Next, we have 7/8 divided by 1/4, so that's really going to be 7/8 times 4 over 1. That's going to be 28 over 8. So 28 divided by 8. 8 times 3 is 24. And I end up with 3 and 4/8, which I know that 4/8 is equal to 1/2. So again, we are correct. We did that one correctly as well. Okay, 2 and 5/6, and I'm dividing that by 2/3. On this one, we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to make it an improper fraction before we try to solve it, and that will make it a little bit easier for us to work with. So it's going to look like this. 6 times 2 is 12 plus the 5. So I'm going to put my 17 over 6 here. And then I'm going to multiply by 3 over 2. So 17 times 3. 3 times 7 is 21. And then 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So I ended up with 51, and I'm dividing that by 12. Okay, so 51 divided by 12. So I know that will go in 4 times. which is 48. And I end up with 3/12 as my remainder. Well, I know I can reduce this by dividing by 3/3. I can divide that by 3, and I can divide that by 3, and I end up with 1/4. So the answer is 4 1/4. We did that one correctly as well. You guys stay with me. You're doing a really good job watching how to do these. You're going to have an assignment that is very similar to this in just a few minutes. You'll be working in Kami to finish the assignment, and you'll be able to send it to me in Kami as well through Google Classroom. Okay, the very last problem is number 9, 3/10, and I'm going to look at dividing that by 3/5. So it's going to look like this, 3/10, but we're going to multiply by 5/3. That ends up being 3 times 5, which is 15, and 10 times 3, which is 30. That is also equal to 1/2. I know because 15 plus 15 is 30, and we are correct. We did that exactly the way we were supposed to. Okay, guys, you did a great job, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do on your own. Thanks.